What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 75 of the Pitside podcast. We're going to kind of continue last week's episode this week and on our Champions Tour. So we're going to talk to a few of our Wednesday and Thursday champions. We're going to talk to Issac Salas, John Heyn, and Terry Landis here in just a few minutes. So if you hang tight, we'll get started.
Welcome to the Pitside Podcast, where we discuss the latest news and developments in the Coast to Coast Racing League, as well as other racing news inside and out of iRacing. Here's your host, the Ayla Outlaw, Preston Cranmer, and Roger, the Bassman, Craig.
Yep, so we're back. It's pretty crazy to think we're at episode 75.
I know.
I actually went back and looked at when we started, and we're really only a couple of weeks away from our 2-week anniversary of doing the Pitside podcast.
2 year. That'd be 2 year, Preston. 2 year anniversary.
What did I say? Did I say 2 weeks?
2 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, we've been pumping out a lot of episodes. It's been 2 years.
Yeah.
It does not. We've been doing this a while. It doesn't feel like yesterday, but it doesn't feel like 2 years ago either.
No way. No, it doesn't feel like 75. I mean, that's just crazy. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. It's some exciting times coming. We got this new season, but we've been doing the Champions Tour here, and we're gonna have all those guys lined up for round 2 here. But some exciting stuff. You know, I'll be talking with Terry a little bit about the Port Royal thing, and we just did a test, and it went really. The racing there was great. It was really, really good. So really pumped for Hometown Heroes, and it should be a good track for that, I think, this season.
Yeah, I haven't done anything other than a couple of hosted sessions myself. I unfortunately wasn't able to make the earlier start of those races. I wanted to be there, but ran a couple of hosted and some practice stuff working on sets, and it's fun. It's kind of a home track for us KSR guys too. You know, between Port Royal and Williams Grove, and Williams Grove it's one of my favorite tracks to race at. But for whatever reason, we have a hard time getting a low caution race done there. At least in our league, I haven't run it with anybody else, so I don't know. But it'll be nice to kind of have a home track we can count on, I guess is the way I'm seeing it. And maybe we can go put on a show and represent the Kreitz Racing team a little bit better than we've done at Williams Grove.
Pressure's on, man.
Pressure's on. It is. I feel that pressure when we go to Williams Grove, as silly as it is. I don't know that they're paying attention, but it's still, you feel like you got to deliver a little bit more there.
Well, the one thing I wanted to mention before we get in these interviews is I've discovered something tonight that's quite revealing. People will know by the time this podcast comes out is Preston as being demoted, for lack of a better word, to the Rebels, where he won a championship. But I finally figured out why.
Is it because I drive like a girl?
Yeah, because you drive like a girl.
As soon as that came out of my mouth, I realized if that wasn't what it was, that I was going to really regret saying that. But please continue.
So the whole deal is, I just found out tonight that Preston pulls himself right up to the wheel, just like, I think everybody I know, most guys I know, when they get in a car after their wife gets out, it can be pretty painful if you're not careful. So you pull yourself right up to the wheel and drive like a girl.
All right, so let's look at this from another angle. So you're going to Oshweekend tomorrow night, right?
Yeah.
So when you go see Dylan, go see how far away he is. Oh, he's not going to be there. Well, go find somebody else you like.
No,
see how far away those guys are from the wheel, and tell them they drive like a girl.
Yeah, well,
see how that goes.
I'm not telling any of them that's for sure. The other thing we got special going on tonight is we've got a new addition to the team. You can't see him, you can't hear him, but Cody Ozard, one of the newer guys in the league, has stepped up to help us out, and he can't talk here, but brings a whole skill set that we can definitely leverage. I know he's done a lot of his own Twitch stuff and done some broadcasting type stuff. So really excited to leverage him going down the road, and he's going to kind of be the coordinator in the background. So looking forward to adding him going down the road.
Yeah, it's been something we've needed for a while. We had Connor helped us out for a little bit, but had his racing career kind of got in the way, and I'll tell you, I'm not going to be the one to stand in the way of that. So we kind of let Connor get to business, and just been kind of keeping our ears open. So it's really an answer to a problem we had, and not necessarily a problem, but it's going to allow us to do more. Really, it's just because you and I won't have to shoulder so much of the load, and we can just make Cody do all the work.
Yeah, it's awesome, but but to go along with that, as excited we are to do that, we have decided to take a good part of the summer off. Not all the summer, but you've got your racing going on. I've got a few fishing trips and vacation time and stuff. It's going to be really hard to sync up. So the plan right now is to come back bigger and better in the fall. With a whole new format and a new plan. We will have a few special podcasts through the summer. I know we'll definitely do one for the charity event, but yeah, so that's happening. Hey, just while I mentioned the charity event, did you see the post that I put up of
Grady?
Grady, was
Yes.
that not awesome?
I actually went back and watched the video later in the day. The kid is inspiring. I call him a kid. He's a grown man, but he is just him and Brody both. Like I see them a lot the same because some of those they related to one another, and that kind of drew them a little closer in my mind. But just both of those guys. But that video of Grady. And you can read the excitement in his doctor's voices too. So that tells you something. What a milestone, milestones really that he's hit.
Yes, yeah. No,
awesome.
It's when we had him on for that interview, and he was talking about getting back in a car. I think it was 2028. I think it was his target. I mean, this guy is determined.
Yep.
I mean, it's awesome. There's we're pulling for you, Grady. It's awesome, and Brody. Hopefully, Brody will get him in the league this season. He's really recovered well, and they're both team owners. They're both both running a team. So it's I think that's really, really cool. So we'll have to keep tabs on both of those guys.
For sure. Yeah, I know. Like you said, Brody's been doing real well. I've been seeing a lot of pictures of stuff he's got going on for the summer, and he's got a couple of cars that make me pretty jealous. So his sister's got a nice Chevelle or a Nova. I'm not sure which, but that thing was sweet.
That pickup he's got.
Oh yeah. Well, and that's cool too, just because that was part of his recovery. Because he worked on that because he needed something to do, and he was comfortable. It wasn't screen time and that kind of thing, and he restored that thing himself. And I mean that
Grandpa's truck, right, which is even.
It's a priceless piece now. It's nothing you could give me for that.
No, that's for sure. It's awesome. But hey, we should get into these interviews. We got a great season coming up. Can't wait. Monday is just right around the corner when you're watching this. So, or Sunday night, really. Jump in the GT3s. They've got a great season planned, and it's a great race to run. That's for sure. So check that out, and hope to see you guys through the week, and those extra races that we've got on Tuesdays and Wednesdays should be interesting, and Port Royal. So we'll see you on the track, but let's go talk to a few champions. Yeah,
so we're gonna talk to Issac first. We'll jump over to John, and then we'll close everything with Terry. That'll be the end for us here for episode 75, and we're gonna see you back here for the start of our new season with the totally new look and new format. So I hope you guys are excited, and we'll see you in a couple of months.
It's great to close the show with a Hall of Famer.
Absolutely.
And we are here with the 358 small block champion for the spring season, Issac Salas. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
Good. It wasn't that many weeks ago we talked to you and did in-depth thing, but you've been pounding the pavement, pounding the dirt there, and came up with that big championship, and you had a bit of a run for the big block as well.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, but I was a whole lot more consistent in the 358s. Especially when it got pretty slick on some of those big block races. I seemed to struggle for some reason.
Well, yeah, consistent would be 7 wins in the season. So that's pretty dominant. The surprising thing, I'm just looking at the numbers over here, is Alex Pomerleau was only 50 points behind you, which, considering you had 7 wins, he had none, but he had 10 top 10 finishes. So he gave you a half decent run. It wasn't just a giveaway, a runaway.
Oh no, not absolutely not. He was solid all through the season. It felt like I battled him at least once or twice every single race, which made it a lot of fun. And even in the championship race, I had to battle him for position, and then I think we ended up finishing 1-2.
Yeah. I think remember watching that race, and it was just. But as long as you had the lead, it was you had it under your control when when you're in front of your competition. So
Yeah.
So just before we got on here, you were talking about needing some tips from Mr. Heyn about driving pro late models. So which will be super late models this season. So is that another division that you're going to try to attack?
Attack, probably not, but kind of the same goal as my last season of 358s and big blocks. Just to kind of learn and kind of work on my racecraft in the cars.
Yep.
I think that's going to be my main plan. Try to stay out of the way, but if something good happens, something good happens. I'll have a good teacher.
Yeah.
So.
And you did talk to us last time too. I think it was probably closer to the beginning of the season, but that you hadn't been running sprint cars a whole lot. And I have noticed I've seen you out more often, not all the time, but pretty frequently. How's that been going? You finding that you're getting faster, or still a struggle?
I think the consistency is a whole lot better. There'd be nights where since I was in the C class, I'd be good there, and I'd get to the next race, and I'd lose all confidence, and it was just kind of like teeter-totter type of deal. But as we got through the season, work kind of got in the way of running the last couple races, but when you kind of take into that aspect of just even practicing by myself, when no one was around, I got a whole lot more just like comfortable with the car.
And where'd you end up in points? Do you remember?
I want to say like right outside of the top 10.
Yeah.
So no promotion there, but hey, that just gives me a goal. That gives me a goal.
Like
for
you said,
season.
you didn't have an opportunity to run all the races either, so that makes a big difference.
And absolutely, but I've gotten pretty close to a lot of the guys here in this league, so I have a lot of people that I can kind of lean on, kind of learn tips and tricks from a lot of different people here.
Well, if any of those people are watching, we've all seen what you've done in 358, so please stop helping Isaac.
Yeah. And those 5, he only did 5 races, and he won one of those as well. So
I think I won Eldora.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's where it was. But I do remember somebody trying to come chase me down. I don't remember who it was. I think it was Brian. I want to say, but he was getting closer to me, and he just ran out of time. So I think that if he got to me, we would have put on a pretty good battle. But before that, I wouldn't know. So thankfully I got a win in those.
So you've had another career going here too, where you've been doing some in-car and color commentating. How's that going?
It's kind of fun, honestly. It's kind of weird having somebody talk in your ear the whole race about what's going on in the race. So that part's kind of different, but it's been kind of cool you get to see all these other drivers, and you get to hear kind of these top level guys battling, and then you get to commentate on it, which is usually I'm sitting there towards the back, and I'm just kind of like watching this awesome battle going on over here. But now I'm really getting to like watch it in depth and getting to like commentate on it, which has been a lot of fun. And it's almost been a learning experience for me, because I can kind of see just from my experience how these guys are setting up a slide job. They have one corner that's a whole lot better, and you can see it on the broadcast. So, and that's kind of something that I took into myself and kind of used that into my craft. That was like, okay, well, I'm better in 3 and 4. Maybe I'll slide them in 1 and 2. And so it's those little things that you learn. So it's been kind of fun.
Yeah, no, your in-depth reporting has been really good, and it's really interesting. Every driver brings a different perspective, but I never really thought about it that way. But just the commentating is making you a better driver just by following that discipline and paying attention to details maybe you wouldn't have paid attention to before. So we're looking forward to more of that. There's a lot of guys in the league not looking forward to some of your dominance in a couple of divisions, but we'll see how that goes. The second time around is always a little bit tougher, buddy. So we'll see how that goes. I say second time around, but you just flashed something to me before we went on air that just got in the mail, and of course that wasn't a division champion. Well, I got flashed. So for those who are watching, I got my own medicine back. All our guests were flashing wooden trophies somewhere. Doing it right now.
I'm pulling this out in every interview.
Mine's a little too far to go and grab.
I have my driver of the week cup.
Nice. I actually just got one of those. Well, I didn't get it in the mail yet, but I do have one on the way.
Need to work on that handwriting there, Roger.
Yeah. Well, that's not my handwriting. It was given to me by. We were telling the story to one of the guys working the election, and he got creative and came up with that.
Oh,
so.
I thought it was Gary's handwriting, so I was trying to call him out, but
no, Gary thoroughly enjoyed it. Like, strutting around with his mug all week, drinking his coffee out of his driver of the week mug. But anyways, it is what it is. But anyways, buddy, it's been great having you on, and we look forward to summer season. And you're a great clean racer. We enjoy having you in the league, and I guess I'll be dealing. Well, I won't be dealing with you in the Rebels yet, except when you transfer, which will probably be most every week. But anyways, just good luck with the season, man.
Yeah, good luck on that repeat.
Yeah, well, thank you. I mean, I think the big thing is I've done all the little calculations already in my schedule, and I'm gonna miss week 1 on Thursdays. We're starting off in a rut, which will be pretty fun. But we'll see what we can do. Maybe we take that as a little bit of inspiration to try and stay up front.
You win 7 races again, I think you'll be just fine.
Yeah.
I'm hoping so. I mean, I got lucky a couple times there. There was a couple mistakes and a couple dodged wrecks that I probably should have been in. And that's kind of the luck of the draw in this league, to be honest with you. Like, I know 7 wins is like, it's a lot, obviously, but like, there's 10 guys in every single one of those races that can win that race. I mean, and that goes from Monday through Sunday, really. I mean, every day of the week, somebody else could win the race.
Yeah.
Yep. So we look forward to seeing you, and in the Pro Late Models, we'll see if you can give Heyn and the boys, a bit of a challenge there. So good luck there as well. But yeah, thanks for coming on, and we look forward to listening to you on the broadcast, man.
Oh, thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Thanks.
Take care. And we are here with one of the wily old veterans of the Coast to Coast Racing League, John Heyn. How you doing, buddy?
Good, and I like that wily old part. I think the other day you let me run the retreads, and I like to call myself a pre-tread. I'm almost to that age, and so I think old is that's an appropriate name.
Pre-treads is pretty good. I hadn't heard that.
Pre-tread,
I like that.
That could be another division, maybe a 45, 55-year-old.
Yeah, Spees and I have been talking about that. We're pre-treads. We can't wait to become retreads so we can go race that together. So
you share something with Preston where you both got a guest pass for a day pass for the retreads, and you both walked out and took the sticker away from one of the regular guys. There's old guys with hurt feelings.
I had to earn it. I don't know how easy of a time Preston had, but I think I made a last lap pass on Jeff Barker, and then was not easy. Both Barker and Greg Boydell, for that matter, both ran really good races that time. So it was not a cakewalk by any means. Those guys are still fast.
When I raced, I think second place was like 5 laps down or something like that.
No, that wasn't. Was that Irwindale in the figure 8, Preston?
No, we did two races that day, Irwindale, or that week. It was a week I was off, but one of them was a retreads race and one was just a matinee, I think. Or maybe I ran two retreads races. But I won them both.
Yeah, there must be retreads, yeah. You
Wait.
pre-tread guys.
I mean,
Anyways.
in all honesty, though, I was 2 for 2 in the UMP mods on Tuesday night, so with the whole league. So if you want to talk about being perfect, I've actually got that claim this season 2.
God.
2 starts and 2 wins.
Yeah, nobody's ever said that about me.
Well, you and Marty Zakala, who raced one race and won, and we hear about it
Mic drop.
every second. Yeah, every second broadcast.
I'm pretty sure if he didn't have to broadcast, he'd have canceled his iRacing subscription.
Yes, I don't talk about mine every broadcast, but yeah.
So we're actually here though to talk about your victory this season in the big blocks. You were pretty dominant, man.
Yeah, we got a couple of wins. We were really consistent through the season, and I'll be honest with you, it's not one of my favorite cars. And about halfway through the season, right after we picked those couple of wins, I started looking at points and thinking, well, I don't know how this happened, but we've got a shot at this, and just try to stay consistent the rest of the season, stay out of trouble, and at the end of the day, it all worked out, and we're going to get to bring home some hardware here.
Yeah. So kudos to you on that. And how did the Pro Late Models go for you this year?
Kurt Schatzer won it. I was runner up there. Got a couple of wins there also. Really good season, and all kudos to Kurt. I mean, I tell you, and Kurt will tell you this: the improvement he's made since he's joined the league. When he first joined the league, his car control wasn't the best, but man, that guy brought it this season. He didn't make any mistakes. There was a couple times I was behind him trying to snag wins away from him, and I threw everything at him but the kitchen sink, and the guy was like Kyle Moonen, just an Iceman. No mistakes, focused, and he did a really nice job on that. So yeah, we'll take the second, but all in all, pretty good spring season for us.
Well, we're all looking forward to the summer season, but your summer season had the potential to be really special this year. Just tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I almost had that close to landing a super late model ride to maybe go hit a few summer national races, and with the shortages and everything that's going on, and especially gas prices and all, just not economically viable for anybody to field the second team at this point. But really close to that. That'd have been a lot of fun. I was okay not racing and having to step out of the seat, but this damn iRacing, this competitive stuff, all getting, all of us out there and going at it. Now, all of a sudden, I miss doing the real thing again, though iRacing doesn't hurt as much when you pop off the wall, but man, there is nothing in the world like throwing a car into a corner and gassing it up and going. So
there's still hope for maybe next season if things kind of settle out and.
Never say never. I would like to definitely at some point in time, especially now that my kids are all getting to be a little bit older and whatnot, that I can get out and go do some of that stuff again. So I would never ever close the door on any opportunity. The only thing my wife has been very explicit: I am not allowed to get back into a sprint car. Ran a 360 sprint for a season, wing sprint. And,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, did it for one season, and it was an eventful season. And I like my full body car. I think it was funny because the first race, those guys, even though I had a load of dirt track experience, those guys were a half a track ahead of me at the end of a heat race. By the midsummer, I was back to the back of the pack on a heat race or a feature and wasn't losing them. By the end of the season, I was mid-pack. And I could catch lightning in a bottle, be up front, but at that point I had to make a decision, either stick with it another year or go back to something I was more comfortable with, and I went back to the late models, and I never looked back.
So when's the last time you crawled into a car?
What year is this? This is where the age thing comes in. Now you're gonna make me go back and do math.
Well, losing 2 years doesn't help.
Yeah, I want to say 2012, maybe 2013.
Okay, so one of the questions would be, I would pay money to watch you get into physically get into that car the first time.
Oh, I could still do it. I have no doubts that I could do it now. Now, getting out, if something goes wrong, might be another story. If the car caught fire, it might be the world's largest barbecue. But by God, I'll get in the car. So,
Well, this coming season, are you going to focus on any certain divisions or?
I don't think so. I think I'm just going to kind of relax and enjoy my summer, do things with the kids. So about the only thing that I can sit here and probably think that I'll make every start in would be that big block and that late model on Thursday nights, just because that's when my whole team is together. And I have such a fun time hanging out with everybody. Andy Piercefield comes in that night. And, that's just a cool night. So that would probably that would probably be the night that I'll run. But the rest of the stuff, I'll probably be hitting this, just like I said, getting out, going to the zoo with the kids, or doing this and that. This is just I'm losing that. My oldest graduates next year, so I'm losing that time. And so these next couple summers, when I have them, I'm gonna take them for all they're worth.
Yeah, no, you got your priorities straight. There's a lot of other things that are more important than what we do virtually every week. But
I have just a quick question, and I just don't have an answer personally because I only run a couple of divisions, per season. I know you run more, and I probably should ask some of the other guys the same question. But when you run a lot of divisions like that, you're running multiple nights a week. Do you kind of wait till the mid-season point to see what you're gonna take the most seriously, or do you know going into the season this is the one, my top priority for a championship?
Well, it's funny that you asked that. Going into the season, my priorities usually are hit all the Monday night races and then hit the late models, because the late models are near and dear to my heart. The big block this season, going into it, I thought I'll hit here and there, and then a confluence of events. Andy Piercefield started running them and was always in there, so it was like, okay. Steven started running them more, and then the thing that really probably pushed me the hardest is halfway through the season, I'd won a couple of races and I was sitting on top of the points. And I was like, well, hell, I guess I'll go ahead and try this. But for the most part, preseason, I've got a routine just with real life. And that kind of dictates more, okay, I know I can fit this night in, I can fit this night in. But if I ever get off to a hot start like that, then I'll probably try.
You start moving stuff around,
start moving stuff around. That priority thing shifts a little bit. So when the kids, I have to go to them and say, hey, I'm out. No, kidding. But it's that's usually how it goes. And I don't know how the other guys do it. The neat thing about C2C is we got a few people that kind of bump heads every now and again, but man, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, shocking, right? A few people probably got my name written on the wall as, a hit list, but it's just a fun group of guys. I mean, you guys created this to be a community, and damn if it didn't happen. I mean, everybody, I can go into anybody's Discord and say, hey, how you doing? Have a conversation. I have a lot of guys come in ours. Hey, what are you doing here? I always open book information-wise, and I get a lot of the same the other way. And just that, being away from the racetrack, the thing I miss the most is hanging out in the pit area. Hanging out with the guys afterwards saying, hey, what did you do here? What did you do there? Hey, what happened? I miss that. More than driving, I miss that.
Yeah.
No, it's like hockey players. They miss the dressing room more than the game.
Yeah. And I can totally relate to that. In this league, not so much the racing, but the camaraderie in the league has supplanted that to an extent. And it's really, really cool. So, yeah, I say I'm not going to run that many, and I don't know. I'll never do Greg Boydell's Ironman stuff, but you might see me in a few matinees this over the summer too. You never know.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, hopefully we'll see more guys in the matinees. As they take breaks or whatever. So, it's not your typical thing where our average age is 40. It's not like a bunch of kids that are going to be in matinees all the time. There's just not, they aren't there. So, so hopefully we get some good numbers and have some good enjoyable racing. The matinees are fun with all my retread or or pre-tread buddies, and yeah, it's all good, man.
You guys are going to stick with that name now, aren't you?
100%.
Pre-tread.
Yeah, it's kind of like Sticker's Victory, you know. So, anyways,
I have to start patenting stuff, or at least trademarking it. I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah, we got to
But
be
anyways,
careful
man.
dealing with a lawyer here.
Yeah.
Or a law professor.
Yeah, but that would be a cool series, a pre-tread league. I like that. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, maybe down the road here we'll look at doing something like that. So, anyways, buddy, it was great having you on. Just appreciate everything you do, you know, in the league. You're not an original, but you're pretty damn close to it. But you know, between everything you do for the review team and all the broadcast work you do, it's very, very much appreciated. And John's always my go-to guy. So even today, I said, okay, we've got a big block 50 lapper at Port Royal and a late model, and how much fuel do I need? And he was already loading it up, getting ready to work that out. So he's a savior at times, that's for sure.
You're like our Stig.
I just hit download on the update when you messaged me today. So, I mean, the timing, that's why I just laughed when I saw it. I was like, well, that worked out pretty good.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. And again, just thanks for what you do, buddy. And I know we'll be talking to you soon.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thanks, guys, for all that you do. And then you and Preston, you're the one that put all this together. And thank you guys for, having me and giving us all a place to race and hang out and have fun.
No, it's awesome, man.
It's our pleasure.
Yep.
And Preston, I want my T-shirt better be autographed that I ordered.
Oh, I can't do that actually because they don't ship from here. I ship from
All right, I'll let you off the hook then.
I get you something else.
You'll have to come to Virginia and watch a race, and you'll sign
there
it
you go.
then.
Yeah. Fair enough.
And we're here with not a single champion, a double champion. Terry Landis, congratulations, man.
Thanks, Roger.
That was I know the wingless one was you're pretty dominant there and expected that, but the 410 was probably a bit of a surprise.
Yeah, that came out of the blue. Like the couple weeks ago, I'm like looking, Fry's up there, Barker's up there. I think I was like in fourth when I looked at it. And then next thing you know, I'm like right behind Fry or me and Barker battling for the lead again, you know?
Yeah. That was a tough one for Jeff to lose. Like I thought he almost had it in the bag, but it was a great run. You know, it was a great run. And reminiscent of first year, Preston, when Terry beat Jeff for the one championship, and Jeff finished second in I think about 5 or 6 races. But
yeah, he was like a bridesmaid a couple times.
Bridesmaid, yeah. So, but that was a great run. So you didn't get much competition really in the wingless this year. Like you're pretty dominant in that one. Forget how many feature wins you had, but you had quite a few.
All it is top 10s and top 5s, you know, just keeping your nose clean and just trying to stay straight, you know. And then the wins will come to you, and then the championship follows that, you know.
Yeah. So how about the 410? Like, take us through that season and that night, if you can. You know, it's a few days later now, but if you can remember that.
The one time I think through the season, I only had one bad showing. I think it was, but I was just trying to stay. I actually try and stay on the podium, as much as you can, of course. Yeah. But a top 10 to me is like a great night.
I'm surprised you don't aim more for like the 4th place or so you can get that bathroom break right after the race.
Sometimes you got to do what nature calls,
Yeah, so it's an old man syndrome, that's for sure.
Yeah. I apologize about that, but
I'm just teasing you, man.
I know.
Yeah, for the viewers that don't know what we're talking about, Terry missed the podium interview. He barely made it to the end of the race, and he went running.
Yeah.
Probably happens in real life occasionally too.
No, ain't that bad.
No,
So,
I meant with I'm going to explain just because I meant with drivers at the track, not with you barely making it to the bathroom. Anyway, let's continue.
So the coming season, what's the plan? What are you thinking of running? And
Still gonna stay with the wingless for sure.
and Monday night, of course.
Yeah. But other than that, I don't know. I might try and run some Port Royal stuff. That looked pretty interesting. Hopefully they change that track a little bit though.
Have you tried it in the sprint cars?
No, I haven't tried it at all.
Yeah, I was going to say I have only tested it in the sprint cars. I know we ran into a couple of issues with street stocks where they've made some adjustments to the hit boxes for the tires, and I think that's where it's gotten thrown off. But you can pretty much wall ride with impunity, like it's not.
Yeah, we've discussed that, and there'll be that will be frowned upon. Like wall riding will get you a heat or a feature EOL.
Good.
Well, and we've talked about this before, but that's within our league. If somehow iRacing comes across the video, you can get suspended from iRacing totally. So it's
right.
It's not worth it in our league to get a penalty, but you certainly don't want to chance it. But I can tell you, it doesn't happen in the sprint cars because I beat up turn 1 and 2. So I liked it a lot in the sprint cars. I had a blast.
Now, for anybody that hasn't run Port Royal, we did that co-sanctioned thing with Friday Night Lights and World of Outlaw format, and the feature, I think we set it at 23% because guys are talking 20 and 25, so I set it at 23% to start the feature because it wasn't a carryover, right? They were all individual races. But man, it was a great track. There was a low line, there was a high line, and guys were successful in both. It moved as the race went on, but I think it's going to be a good racy track if you get the track state right.
Yeah.
Right.
So really looking forward to that actually, especially after running it last night. Probably part of that's because I got a top 10. So but it was a good race. I think it's going to prove to be really popular. And tonight, while we're talking, the dirt mods and the pro lates are running there, so it'll be interesting to see what the feedback is on that because there's a bit of concern with the super late and pro late that you might be able to wall ride as well, and
well, I was watching the enduro and Nichols. He was, kudos to him. He could have won that sucker. I think it was Moonin that stuffed him, wasn't it, Moonin? But anyway, he was beating the wall down pretty good, but he was getting away with it. The car was handling and wasn't taking a beating.
No, those things are always fun. That's for sure, man. That's for sure.
I saw you take out a couple of people. But I'm not going to say who.
I took out. Yeah. I think I always go for the most after I get down 3 or 4 laps.
Yeah.
Just
then the real Roger comes out.
Yeah.
You got to be on the lookout for the hitman Roger Craig.
Oh yeah.
That's him.
I wasn't the only one out there, but it's you don't want to be leading that race until there's about 2 laps to go. That's for sure.
Exactly.
So that was a lot of fun. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So how do you like your chances to repeat wingless? You gotta know, like it just seems like Jack had a down season this season.
Oh yeah.
He's usually right there, either you're nipping at his heels or the other way around. And obviously y'all have for 3 seasons now had a back and forth battle. You think it's going to come down to you two again?
Well, that's what happened in the second season. I had a horrible season.
Yeah.
I had some really bad races, and then it showed. And then this last season, it was just the opposite, and he had the bad one. So, and I think next season, it'll be us two again. And then Michael, I forget how to say his name.
Is it Birthday?
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, he's fast.
Yeah, he's really good too. So we'll be throwing it down, I think.
Yeah, should be good. I think that league's getting better. Like there's more guys running them. That'll get some experience.
And let me say just one thing that I think this is the only league that the only division that didn't have any penalties all season long. You might have to check on that.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know
Wow.
if it's the only season, but I know ours. Only division, but ours was penalty free. So kudos to them guys.
Oh, absolutely.
Well,
Yeah.
and that shows too. Just watching, like the quality of the racing over the season, and it's what happens, right? They're very different than a lot of the cars we run, and
Yeah.
so not a lot of guys run them, I don't think. And there's a learning curve, and especially when you're running them once a week, and then you go back to practice and all your other stuff for the rest of the week. You know,
Right,
so,
right. But yeah,
no,
kudos to them guys. I mean,
Yeah.
that's pretty badass.
yeah.
I'm amazed at the quality of the racing. When I've been watching it, it's like watching a USAC race. It's,
Yeah.
There's a lot
it's
of
good
there's
stuff.
a lot of give and take out there. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
A lot of guys aren't
Yeah.
flying in racing over their head. They're giving and taking because these things are so unstable.
Yeah. Well, it should be good.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that as well.
Yeah.
But hey, buddy, just congratulations. And of course, hey, we haven't talked to you yet. We were trying to get you on the night of your Hall of Fame induction. So let's talk about that for a bit, because that was kind of a cool night.
Oh, that was a great night. That video you guys made, man, that blew me away.
Yeah, that came off pretty good. It wasn't hard to get guys to say a few words on that. And,
Yeah.
I thought that the night was the only thing missing was you didn't win the feature that night.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I stuffed it in turn 1.
It was on like lap 2 as well.
Yeah.
You didn't even get to run much of your own feature.
Yeah.
No, congratulations on that. It was a cool night, and
Yeah.
this season it will be Jeff Barker getting inducted, and you can, just like we could predict the track you're going to pick. We know the track he's going to pick, right? So it'll be weed sport. But I'm trying to remember. I think it might be the midget at weed sport.
Really?
There's some weird thing that he picked. I thought it'd be a dirt modified
Me
night.
too.
Though. I think it is.
Yeah. He runs good on that.
Yeah. He does. Well, he runs good. He won the
He
league
runs good in
championship.
midgets. Yeah,
What's-
he runs good in midgets.
Yeah. So he ran good in everything. To the point where he's
Well-
won the league championship.
Yeah, kudos to Jeff, man. He kicked everybody's ass.
Yeah, it was really cool to see both of you have a real resurgence this season, because, like, Jeff was challenging for that the 410, and there was, I don't know if it's the 358 or the big one of the other ones. He was he going into the last night, he still had a mathematical chance of winning. So
Right.
a good recovery by both of you guys. So
Yeah.
looking for big things, coming next season.
Old guys rule.
Old guys rule, buddy. Yeah. Did you see the Glenn Stiers interview?
No, I did not.
Oh, you got to go back and watch it, because it's all about old guys rule. I'll send it.
Cool.
Anyways, buddy, thanks for coming on, and good luck the coming season. It was really, really gratifying to see you win one, and then I have to admit, I was almost shocked when you won the second one. Because there was a few guys that could have won it, and you sort of you were the dark horse there that night and pulled it off. So
Yeah.
congrats on that. So I'm hoping to be out there with the 410s to
They're-
challenge you.
They're not as hard as they seem. They're really not.
No, I really enjoyed driving them.
Yeah.
It's the midgets and wingless that I struggle with.
Yeah,
so.
they can be challenging.
Yeah. If I start racing that, you'll have penalties. Anyways, thanks a lot, buddy, and good luck in the coming season.
All right. Thanks, Roger. See you, Preston.
See you, bud.
Take care, man.
And we got Glenn Stiers here with his podium. Way to go, buddy. You're back.
First time in I don't know how many years. I mean, Dylan's tough customer. The other car that was in front of us was pretty darn good, but you know what? Picking those cars off one at a time, we were close, we were bumping, grinding, it was amazing.
Old guys rule, don't they?
Oh yeah, that's
Way to
right.
go, man.
Woohoo, it was a
Awesome.
fun time.